Okay, it's bake day. Our bread has been in the refrigerator for at least 12 hours. It can go longer. I've kept mine in the fridge for up to 3 hours. Put it in a cold spot in your fridge. Make sure it's kind of like in the back. Probably should have said that in the other video. But anyhow, you can see that it did finish rising a little bit because when it goes into the fridge, it's still warm and it takes a while for it to chill. So it will continue to rise a little bit in the fridge. But this looks about perfect. Yours may not look exactly like this, but this is ready to go for baking. All right, so I like to put a little bit of flour. This is going to be the bottom of your bread. So I just like to put a little bit of flour on it. Not too much, but just a little bit to kind of keep it from not sticking. And this is a piece of parchment paper. I'm just going to dump it out onto the parchment paper. Now in my case, I have 2 pans. If you only have 1 pan, you'll go right back into the pan you were in before. So you can see it's kind of falling a little bit. That's fine. No flour on the top. And we're just going to lift it up with the parchment paper and go into the pan. And then I like to kind of organize the parchment paper a little bit so it's folded down and not stabbing into the bread anywhere. That's fine. Don't have to spend a lot of time on that. And now we're going to score it. I just bought a cheap package of 100 straight razor blades and I reuse these. You can use a steak knife, just something very sharp. I don't do designs. You can do designs. I just about 1/4 inch deep. Slice it down the middle like that. So it's kind of, you want to go in about that far, okay? And now it's ready to go in. So what we've done is the oven has been preheating at 500 degrees with the graniteware pan in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the pan out. I've got some ice cubes here. The ice cubes provide a little bit of moisture so that you get blistering on the crust. You don't have to put them in, but I like to because I like my crust to kind of get blistered and crunchy. About 4 ice cubes is what you'll need. So 4 ice cubes, my pan's been preheating at 500. I'm going to do this kind of quick because I don't want to let the heat out of the oven. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to pull the pan out, sit it here, open it up, put the 4 ice cubes in, put the bread in, and recover it, and in it goes. So here we go. 4 ice cubes, bread, lid, back in the oven. Okay, we're going to lower the oven to 450. Okay, and we're at 450 because we lost some heat when we opened it up. And then I'm going to set the timer for 35 minutes. So this is what works in my oven. At the end of the 35 minutes, we're going to take the cover off and keep it in. You will probably need another 5 to 10 minutes. You're going to have to turn your oven light on and watch it. Again, it's going to be dependent on your oven. You want that top to look nice and brown, not burnt, but like whatever color you prefer it. There's like a golden brown that I wait till it gets to, and then it's done. So this is where, again, you're just going to have to play around with what works for you. But in my oven, again, 35 minutes with the cover on at 450. So you lower it from 500 to 450 when you put your bread in. At the end of 35 minutes, take the cover off, put your oven light on, and leave it in there for another 5 to 10 minutes until it's golden brown.